Ferry services have temporarily been suspended to give room for the divers to undertake recovery operations. Kevin, how long ago did you hear from the KFS MD?
Well, we heard from them like 20 minutes ago. Actually, that is when the Kenya Ferry managing director, Bakari Goa, gave a press conference to journalists, and also at the same time directing that the ferry services be suspended for a period of 1 hour at least to give room for the divers to locate and retrieve the two victims who died on Sunday during, or rather after, the ferry tragedy that occurred here in the Likoni Channel. But as of now, all the ferries have been parked on the other side of the channel, that is in the mainland, as this other side towards the island has been kept free from any activity. And of course also other ships that are normally traversing this channel have also been temporarily, also all those transport activities have actually been temporarily suspended from this particular place. I also understand that there are divers from the Kenya Navy, there are those that have been coordinated by the Kenya Ports Authority, the Kenya Ferry Services, and of course with other agencies, especially the private company that was hired yesterday by the Kenya Ferry Services to conduct the search and rescue mission. But of course also the families of the victims also hired their private, their own divers who are, I believe you'll be seeing the pictures that are coming to you live. Those are the private divers that were hired by the family to also be part and parcel of this rescue operation. And we spoke to the MD a few minutes ago, but just listening to what he had to say concerning this particular operation.
And the actual diving takes another 30 minutes to confirm, so that the rescue service can start. You may be aware that it has taken some time from morning. This because of safety reasons and also operation reasons. In the morning, we were not able to do it because we have to do and ferry people across. Thereafter, we had to confirm the space, the location, which we have done. Now we have removed all the ferries from the channel for a period of 30 minutes because we are relatively off-peak, so we can afford to do that. And this is the time where we can allow to do the diving and also now be able to know where the vehicle is and start the rescue operation.
Olive, the MD also defended their position on the actions that what happened, especially during that day, saying that it was too late for any of their divers whatsoever to take part in the search and rescue mission immediately, saying that it was also too dangerous for their staff to try and rescue the two victims because of also what he said, the weather conditions were also not friendly for them, and they were also they did not also have a special or rather required equipment to conduct such kind of operations. They are all here as we speak. I've seen officials from the Kenya Ferry Services led by the MD himself. There are those from the Kenya Ports Authority, and I've also seen the Kenya Navy, the Marine Police are patrolling the channel. All are part of in the joint operation to try and rescue the two victims after their vehicle plunged into the ocean during the Sunday evening accident that occurred. The vehicle, they were on board MV Harambee, and they were coming from Msambweni, and we were told that the Mariam was together with her daughter, a 4-year-old daughter, Amanda Mudeo, and they were from inspecting a family property in Msambweni, and upon reaching the ferry, the vehicle was the last one on the ramp. But of course, questions will continue to come up, questioning the capabilities of the Kenya Ferry Services in terms and actually preparedness and adequacy in terms of dealing with such kind of emergency operations. Of course, many people are asking if at all they're capable of conducting such kind of operations. Remember that this operation actually happened a few meters, 100 meters away from the Kenya Navy base. But of course, according to the MD, they're saying that there should be a proper channel of communication between both agencies to ensure that they have a a smooth way to conduct this particular exercise. But as I said, they are all in the water right now doing their best, and we will be bringing you updates on whatever will be happening from here in Likoni. But as I said earlier, the ferry services have been temporarily suspended until the divers conclude what they are currently doing in the ocean. Back to you, Olive.
Kevin, before I let you go, two quick fire questions for you. One, earlier we saw a bit of a push and pull between yourselves and the police. Has that been resolved? And secondly, I've seen quite a number of people by the banks behind you. Is that because they're waiting for the ferry services to resume, or they're interested in how those recovery efforts are going on?
Well, the scuffle earlier was actually the police officer who was in charge of that particular exercise actually had told us to move away from this particular site. And according to him, he was saying that we were endangering our lives when covering everything that was happening down here. But we managed to resolve that. But of course, it is something that caused a little bit of chaos, because even users of the ferry were a bit agitated, and they were questioning why the authorities were focusing on us, yet there's a lot of activities that needed to be done in rescuing the two victims who were affected by, or rather they plunged into the ocean. But finally we managed to speak to them and resolve that issue. But on the issue of the onlookers, these are people who are eager to see, and they're waiting to see if at all these operations will bear any fruits, and they're scattered all over to the far end. They are waiting eagerly, and they are not, also they believe these are part of the people who would have actually wanted to cross over, but since they cannot, they are all holed up here and waiting for the ferry services to resume their hold here. And of course, with the family, in support of the family, who are all here to waiting eagerly to see if at all this particular exercise will bear any fruits.